Welcome to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast, where you can learn and be inspired by real-world examples of how technology is transforming businesses and reshaping industries in a language everyone can understand. Here is your host, Neil C. Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast. Now, if you're like me, you probably get many messages every day from a random Gmail account saying, we can improve your SEO. And I think because of those guys, SEO is incredibly crowded and often seen as a dark, murky art. But I wanted to put all that to one side and chat with a company that is using technology to do something different in this area and transform the world of SEO by doing something that a little bit different. So I searched the world looking to speak with someone and found myself in France and chatting to the CEO of a company called OnCrawl. And they recently released a new platform called OnCrawl Labs. And it's entirely based on data science and machine learning. And they're also offering a portfolio of ready-to-use algorithms. And in a nutshell, my limited understanding is that it allows companies to predict their online and SEO performance, all by using robust data and SEO features that are not currently available on the market. And it was at that moment that I realised we'd need to bring him on the podcast to talk about the role of machine learning in search marketing. So buckle up and hold on tight so I can beam your ears just outside of Bordeaux in France so we can speak with the CEO of OnCrawl right now. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Hello, guys. I'm François Goube. I'm the CEO and founder of OnCrawl, which is a technical SEO data platform. And I like to read Google patents. I'm what you can call an SEO geek, and I love to run tests with data every time.
So OnCrawl is a technical SEO platform to make smarter SEO decisions. But can you tell me a little bit more about the company and what makes it unique in this incredibly crowded marketplace of SEO?
Well, the main thing is, crawling the web is something very big. And indexing website is something very hard for all search engines. So when it comes to SEO, you need to act as Google does. So OnCrawl is a crawler. So we can crawl the website the same way Google is doing. It can be only indexing the DOM of any HTML page or emulating JavaScript with a crawler with headless crawling system. So OnCrawl is basically a crawler, a log analyzer. So a log analyzer is a platform where you can plug your logs, and within your logs, you can track what Google is doing on your website, which page is hit by Google, what's the crawl frequency of those pages, and you can understand what's the behavior of Google on your website, which is very interesting because you have some clues about what pages are thought valuable in Google's eyes. So it's a crawler, a log analyzer, and it's also a data platform where you can plug anything from your analytics data to your Majestic data to your CRM data. And as soon as you're adding a data source, you get another layer of analysis. So we combine in OnCrawl basic stuff like crawling system and data platform where you can plug multiple sources of data to take better SEO decisions. And on top of that, we added very unique features like a score we call the InRank, which is evaluating the internal popularity of a page and its ability to send link juice. And on the content side, we are the only one in the world to have a near duplicates detector. So it acts like computing a fingerprint for each page. And then we compare each fingerprint so that we can understand what are the clusters of pages that are very similar. We are evaluating the similarity between those pages so that you can take better action while pruning your content or adding new content, and understand what are your mistakes regarding the content displayed on on each zone of your website, each group of pages, or each unique page. So we cover up basically the whole SEO universe when it comes to technical SEO. This is what we have regarding the features, and we are probably the only one in the world to scale to hundreds of millions of pages, so that we have tons of customers in the classified space or in the e-commerce space. We are able, last week we made a crawl for an online training platform, and we crawled like 160 million of pages with JavaScript. So it's a what you can call very big data.
And one of the reasons I was excited to get you on the podcast today is you've come an extraordinarily long way in a remarkably short space of time. But can I ask you to share the story behind the company and what put you on this path?
Well, actually, it's not my first company. It's the third one. And in my first company, it was a company called JobiJoba.com, which is like a competitor of Indeed.com. So we were a job search engine. And at the time, we developed technology to apply some business intelligence on top of all the data we collected through job listings. And we ended up using that data platform within the company. And a few years later, when we decided to start a new company, we revamped the whole technology, and we built a data platform where we can plug heterogeneous data sources. And the particularity of our platform was being able to set up like a pivot between all data sets we can plug and understand what was in those data sets. So it was like merging two worlds, semantic search and big data. So we started with this idea, and we started working for pharmaceutical labs, for the wine and spirit industry, retailers, to compute their data. And one day, the largest e-commerce player in Europe, which is French, which is called Cdiscount, they came up with this idea of using our data platform for SEO purpose. And this is when the story of OnCrawl started. So they gave us a use case, and we pivot a little bit in the company. And from that time, we were 100% focused on OnCrawl.
And you recently released a new platform called OnCrawl Labs, which I believe is entirely based on data science and machine learning, and offering a portfolio of ready-to-use algorithms straight out of the box. But can you tell me a little bit more about that release and why any business leaders listening would be incredibly excited, or the kind of value that it could bring them?
Well, our vision is that like 80% of SEO, of technical SEO, can be automated at some point. When it comes to internal linking structure, when it comes to understanding if a page is a good candidate to be indexed by search engine, is it competing with other pages on my website? Will I make near duplicates if I'm adding that page? All those kind of decisions can be automated. So we are deeply convinced that machine learning will play a big part in the future of SEO. And we came up with this idea that there is no one-size-fits-all data science toolbox for everybody. So OnCrawl Lab is a platform where we have state-of-the-art machine learning algorithm. It can be open source algorithm, can be proprietary algorithm from OnCrawl. And there are plenty of use cases we are giving for free to our customers, where they can play with OnCrawl data and apply machine learning algorithm. And I can give you a few examples regarding internal linking structure. We've got that algorithm that can understand what are your business constraints. I mean, what are your money pages, for instance, or pages where you're generating your most of your revenues, for instance, or pages where you have tons of products in stock, for instance, if you are an e-commerce vendor, or if you're an online media, you have some pages that are displaying or generating way more page views than others. So all pages are not born equal, and you want to drive traffic on your most valuable pages. So you can, while plugging all that information into our system, then you can run on autopilot your internal linking structure, because our algorithm will set up all the nodes of links to send the best of the juice of your website to those pages, so that it will help you having a pixel perfect internal linking structure that will match your business constraints. And another example is all about predicting your results. And for instance, we have lots of big e-commerce players that are now able, because of the fact that they have plugged all their data into OnCrawl, they are able to predict on a 1 to 3 months time frame the potential results of their SEO actions. So SEO has been for the last years probably the most underinvested channel when you're checking the budgets on emailing, on social media, on paid search. You can see that SEO is still the most invested channel. And the main question is why? It's because all the players, they can't predict their results in the same way they are predicting the results of a paid campaign. And what we are doing with that kind of algorithm is enabling our customers to predict the results and then to evangelize internally or to their customers why they should take that kind of actions in terms of technical SEO, stuff like that. So we are able to provide our customers with those kind of algorithm. And I was saying that there's no one-size-fits-all data science SEO toolbox. So we are giving that for free because we want to understand and to enable our customers to learn more about what can they do regarding data science. And then in a short term, we will integrate those algorithms directly into our product and directly into our API. But we want to help the SEO community to get a better understanding of what are the possibilities of data science applied to SEO. So it's just a play with it, and then we'll ease your daily job by setting all this up into our API.
And for non-techies listening out there, what do these ready-to-use algorithms enable businesses to do that maybe they couldn't actually do at all just a few years ago?
Well, the prediction of the traffic is a very big one, and on another hand, let's say you're an e-commerce vendor and that you're selling iPhone cases, and so you have like 1 million items. So adding one more page with one more reference of an iPhone case, it won't help you building organic traffic. So chances are you might hurt your SEO by adding another page talking about another iPhone case, and it's very hard to build some unique content around an iPhone case. Once you've said that it's blue, it applies to iPhone X, then it's very hard to build like 100K pages about that kind of product. So a very easy to understand use case is that when you are using our algorithm regarding near duplicates, then you can arbitrate about should you index that page or should you put a no index on that page. And this is very important because, for e-commerce players, sometimes it's the buyers that are setting up the product pages, and they really don't care about SEO. And the SEO team is still patching the website all day long to delete all the mistakes that can be made by other people that are not concerned with SEO. And you need to automate that because the time of an SEO is precious. So you need to ease its daily routine, and all those tasks that are dealing with putting a no index tag, this is not valuable. SEO team should focus on strategy and what's the strategy behind the content marketing and what can be the benefits from that kind of campaign regarding SEO and working on performance, internal linking structure, some stuff that are more complex and more valuable, of course. So we are enabling people with that kind of technology that were very expensive a few years back. And now with cloud hosting, for instance, we can give that kind of technology to the masses. And this is something that was reserved to very, very big players like 5 years ago.
Presumably, of course, you must think that machine learning is going to play an essential role in search marketing going forward. But how far are we away from it stepping up to that role, do you think?
Well, it's I believe that this is the same path that will be followed by SEO, by the SEO industry when you're comparing that to trading, or more closely to paid search. It's there are now a bunch of algorithms that are running your campaigns, that are adapting your paid campaigns, and I believe we can apply that kind of techniques to technical SEO, and this is what we are doing at OnCrawl. And I believe this is a very, very game changer move. And when you are checking what are the most mature player on that topic, what are they doing, it's changing the physiognomy of their teams. Let me give you an example. We have that big player in Europe that is sending stuff for do-it-yourself things. And they are building their new SEO team only with data scientists, not with specialized people regarding the content or regarding net linking or web performance. They are only hiring data scientists because they are convinced that SEO can be data-driven. And all their choices, all their action plans can be data-driven. And you can't go where the wind blows when it comes to SEO anymore. So I believe this is a very, very deep change in our industry, and that this will advantage people with great skills regarding statistics and data science in the end. So it will have an impact on the average salary pack, and it will have an impact on people more concerned about content that will probably switch to more marketing teams, and that SEO will go back to the IT teams as it was in at the beginning of Y2K.
And you've already provided some fantastic use cases that really help bring it to life. But do you have any other use cases that will help business leaders listening understand just how much of a game changer this could be?
Well, when it comes to the bosses of those company, you should talk about money, and so the main thing is that they need to understand that all those machine learning algorithms, they won't replace their whole workforce, but they will do way better by applying data science with with less people. That those people will be paid a little bit more, but they can achieve way better results. And when I'm saying way better results, we have a customer which is an hosting provider that is predicting its organic traffic for the whole year to come with just 3% of errors regarding his organic traffic. And they are using also an algorithm to control their SEO action plan. And as they are expanding all over the world, when they are launching, like let's say Spain or Poland, and they are localizing the version of their website, the algorithm is setting up the whole action plan automatically. So you can rely on that pieces of data, and you can rely on those algorithms to be assured that you are taking the right decision. And it's always scary for the directors of companies to put like $100K budget on SEO, because they are not assured to get their results, because they used to think SEO as it was in the last decade. So they have some habits that they need to change, because they can rely on those data stuff to take the right decision and to improve their traffic and their business.
Fantastic. And another subject we must bring up, of course, is with voice tech being used more and more now. How do you think that was going to affect SEO, and how can businesses prepare for a world of spoken rather than type searches?
Well, it's a very interesting question. The main debate behind that is to detect the user intent, because when it comes to voice search, the algorithm at Google or Amazon, they are trying to understand what you want. Either it's an information, or you want to buy something, or you want to take some action regarding a particular thing you want to do. It's all about the user intent. And when you are computing all your keyword data from Google Search Console, when you are computing all the data from the behavior of your visitors, then you can imply and you can understand what was the user intent behind that browsing path, or behind that landing page. So the main challenge is all about understanding what is the user intent, the main user intent for each of your page, and apply a particular action plan when it comes to informational, for instance, queries. You can set up your pages with particular HTML tags to help search engine build rich snippet, and in the end, helping search engine provide your information from your website regarding vocal assistant. So people need to understand that voice search is all about the user intent, and you need to have a clear user intent for each of your landing page. So it's very hard if you are doing that by hand, and you need to apply state-of-the-art algorithms, and there are many stuff out there. Facebook has released some of their algorithm on that kind of things. So it's very easy actually to get results and get things done regarding that kind of things, but you need to have the right platform and the right data.
Now, before I let you go, there are a lot of self-proclaimed SEO experts out there. So I've got to ask, are there any myths around SEO that you'd finally like to lay to rest on this podcast today?
Well, yes, there are tons of myths. I would like to make a quick comment on two things. First thing is JavaScript. People and developers they love JavaScript, and it's very good for the user experience. There's no discussion. Okay, but it's very hard for search engines to crawl websites enabling JavaScript. Regarding the cost, for one URL that you are crawling in standard mode, for one URL you are crawling enabling JavaScript, it's the same cost of 10 URLs you are crawling in standard mode. So even for people like Google, they don't have infinite money. So we made that study a year ago, and we realized that Google was enabling JavaScript on average on all of our customers every 3 weeks. So it implies that they can't have fresh content if your website is only accessible through JavaScript. So it's a very big mistake to think that Google is able to crawl all the web enabling JavaScript every day. I believe that JavaScript is a new Flash. So you need to understand that, and you need also to understand that cloaking is not a crime. And I believe that Google or Bing, they will communicate in the next few months about cloaking pages for search engines, so that it will ease their job about indexing your website, and they will only use their JavaScript skills for controlling that you are not displaying different pieces of content for the users and for the bots. But cloaking a page is not forbidden. And so this is a myth that all SEO, they are saying no, you shouldn't use cloaking techniques, but actually it's a good thing for that kind of stuff. And the second myth, it's all about the content, and it's all about orphan pages. It's the life of a website. You're releasing some pages, they are not valuable anymore. You've deleted some links to those pages, and those pages, they become orphans. So bots are knowing those pages, but your website is not linking to them anymore. So they are not receiving any internal popularity, and they are not linked from your structure. So a user browsing your website can't access them. But still, it is consuming some crawling budget from Google, because Google is knowing those pages, and they are still hitting those pages. there is a technique that has been famous for a few years now. It was all about deleting those orphan pages. Doing that in bulk is a very bad idea, because those pages, they have history. At some point they were ranking. So you should take action on your orphan pages with a lot of finesse. Look at their previous conversion rates. Look at how many page views they were making when they were an SEO landing page, and choose the right decision. Either it's redirecting, either it's adding a new link to those pages so that you can send new juice and make them active again, or is it just a page that is not valuable anymore for your business, and put a rule on your robots.txt so that they won't be consuming any more crawling budget? But it's very important to act with finesse regarding that kind of things. And there is no bulk action that is valuable when it comes to SEO. Bulk action is a big mistake.
Well, a huge thank you for coming on today. We've covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time. So for anyone listening that would like to find out more information about OnCrawl and the kind of work that you're doing, can you just point them in the direction of the best way of finding you guys online, and contact your team if they've got any questions?
Well, you can go to OnCrawl.com. You can sign up for 14 free days trial, and you can reach us through our Twitter account at OnCrawl, or on our Facebook page as well. And feel free to send me an email at Francois@OnCrawl.com. I'll be happy to share those with you guys.
There's a great story behind OnCrawl, and also you've got this incredibly unique feature, which is also another further proof, if it was needed, that machine learning can be a real game changer for online businesses. But more than anything, just a big thank you for taking the time to come on here and share that with me today. Thanks.
Thanks for having me, Neil.
I love this unique feature, which is proof that machine learning can be a real game changer for online businesses, like I said in the podcast there. But hey, I'm the first to admit I'm not an SEO expert, and certainly not a machine learning expert either. But I expect there are going to be more than a few of you out there that are. And for those people, what did you take out of this conversation today? I want to hear what you think of this technical SEO platform that helps you open up Google's black box. So please email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, tweet me, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can find me at Neil C. Hughes, and my website is techblogwriter.co.uk. I'm interested in what you all have to say about this one. SEO is a subject that affects every single online business, so please let me know your thoughts. And while I'm waiting for those emails to drop into my inbox, I'll sneak out the back door and meet you here same time tomorrow. So a big thank you for listening, and until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thank you for listening to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast with Neil C. Hughes. Remember, technology works best when it brings people together.